Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Salam Barakadewumi, an undergraduate student from Federal University of Technology, Akure, located in Ondo State, Nigeria, Africa. I'll be presenting on the topic Mineral Resources and Sustainable Development Goals. These are my outlines. I'll start by explaining what mineral resources are, the different types of mineral resources that we have, and the mining aspect of these mineral resources, which is one part of it. And the other part will be for the Sustainable Development Goals. I'll be delving into the explanation of the Sustainable Development Goals, popularly known as SDGs, the environmental sustainability, the goals under it, social inclusion, economic development as well. Then I'll be delving into envisioning the future, the role of minerals, into what we are aspiring for the future, and how these minerals will help in the future that we want. Then navigating the post-2030 SDG agenda. What is this post-2030 SDG agenda? Then I'll come into a conclusion, then references from the documentation I cited for this slide. Mineral resources. So mineral resources by definition, they refer to naturally occurring concentration of minerals, which are of economic value and they can be extracted and processed for various purposes. When we talk of mineral resources, there are keywords here that we are to familiar with to take at hand. The keywords are naturally occurring concentration of minerals or geologic materials and the economic value. So it has to be natural, they have to occur by themselves and at an anomalous concentration, and they have to be economic. Economic in the sense that when we put this in, when they are being invested, then there is a certain and a greater profit and a greater benefit that we derive from this by economic of it. When someone has these mineral resources in large concentration, he or she will be able to know that he has something of which he possesses as can make him wealthy and can improve the economic of his country. The examples are iron, we have the copper, we have gold, aluminium, limestone, coal, oil. Several of these mineral resources are widely spread throughout the world, throughout different countries, throughout different states. Here in Nigeria, we have the gold in the Ilesha schist belt, as we know. We have the lithium and many mineral resources which are being found in Nigeria, as well as natural resource, the fossil fuels, which are known as the oil and gas. Also, they are also part of these mineral resources. And they can be classified into various types, which is based on their composition, their economic value, their usage. So we have them which include metallic minerals, non-metallic minerals, industrial minerals, fossil fuels, and gemstones. Metallic minerals. So these minerals, they contain valuable metals and they are often used in industries such as electronic, construction, and manufacturing. So these metallic minerals, they are minerals that when they are being mined, they are being extracted from their ore, like bauxite, aluminum from bauxite. So bauxite is the ore for aluminum. So when they are being extracted from their ore, then they are being processed into things that human need, like the gold. Now, when gold is being extracted and processed into the gold bar, then be sold to the market, different companies will acquire this gold. Then some of them will have it into jewelries where we have the gold ring, the gold necklace, the gold band, different forms of it. So those are mineral resources. The aluminum that we are using for fighter jets, that are using for plane, because they are lightweight and they can resist it. So these are also metallic mineral resources. And these are examples of the gold and iron ore images. Then non-metallic minerals. So these ones, they don't have metal. So they are being used as they are being mined. So they are not processed or extracted from anything called ore. So they are being used as they are being mined directly. So examples are limestone and gypsum. So these are examples. Then we have the industrial minerals. Industrial minerals also can also be termed as non-metallic mineral as well, but they are being used in the industrial processes for industrial production, for producing industrial materials, and also used in the industry. So here we have the silica, the bauxite. So silica, now we have like example, like the sand, and we know that sand is being used in the production of glass. Bauxite also where we derive our aluminum. It can be wholly used or we can extract the aluminum as have been used in the industries. So these are also examples, image examples of them. Then gemstones. So these are also minerals, but gemstones differs from the ones that have been mentioning, the metallic, the non-metallic, the up to the industrial minerals. Gemstones, gemstones are prized for their beauty and their rarity. Where we have the diamond, the ruby, sapphire, how they interact with light for brilliance, whereby they shines when they are having interaction with light, they are face setting, whereby they are having faces cut into faces to make them fine and beautiful. So these are gemstones and they are rare to find. They also have economic value when they are being sold into the market. So these are images of them. There are mining processes. So mining is a process for extracting these minerals that we've been mentioning, from the metallic to the non-metallic to the industrial, up to the gemstones, as we have said. So the process of extracting these valuable minerals from the ores, from the heads, for various purposes in the industry, economy, technology applications. So this is known as the mining. So this is known as mining. So we are mining them out from beneath the heads where they are stored up into the earth crust where we process them. Then we are using them for our human purposes. So mining and extraction process, they are used to access and recover the resources from earth crust, and they can range from surface mining methods. We have the open pit mining and quarrying to subsurface mining method. So we have two different types of mining method and even several different types of mining method. Here we have the surface mining method. This surface mining methods, these surface mining methods, where we have the open pit mining method and subsurface underground mining method. So this is an example of an open pit surface mining method. So this pit is located in Sakha Republic, Russia. So this is an example of an open pit mining method. Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, the second part. SDG is known as global goals, and they are a set of 17 interconnected and ambitious goals, which was adopted by the United Nations in 2015. What are these goals? These goals, they are designed to address the wide range of global challenges as we have today, where we have the global warming right now, where everybody is clamoring for climate change right now, where we are having poverty in many nations all around the world, where our planet conservation, where we're having extinctions of many animals. Then aquatic animals also, their life have been endangered, zero hunger all over the world. So the United Nations adopted these 17 goals in 2015 so as to address these wide range of challenges, and they are ensuring that they will attain at least the three main objectives, which are ending poverty, protecting the planet, and ensuring prosperity for all by the 2030. The 17 SDG goals, this is the image of them. So these are the 17 SDG goals, which was adopted by the United Nations in 2015. For the mineral resources that we are looking into, how the role of these mineral resources will help in achieving the sustainable development goals that the United Nations are aiming by 2030. If these mineral resources are being included in the plan, in the strategic way to achieve these goals, then them goals have been classified into three categories. The three categories that have classified the goals into are the environmental sustainability, the social inclusion, and the economic development. The environmental sustainability, mining extraction of these mineral resources, they usually result in effect on the environment, endangering the land, water, climate, plants, animals, and communities reliant on mineral resources. These mineral resources, when they are being found in an environment, then mining companies who approach the site during exploration and exploitation, then they cause adverse effects on this land. Why? Because they are not being managed properly, they are not sustainable, they are mining, illegal mining, artisanal mining, thereby destroying the land, thereby causing many other issues, which is affecting the sustainable development goals that the United Nations want to achieve. So the goals are selected under this environmental sustainability, clean water and sanitation, life on land. The clean water and sanitation during mine processes, whereby when they are mining, especially when it comes to the metallic minerals, Then they separate the ore from the mineral. Then the rest, the waste is known as the tailings. The tailings. Then the tailings, this can be discharged into the environment water bodies, thereby contaminating it and thereby causing effects on the environment and the people that are living in this environment, thereby depriving them of clean water and sanitation. Life on land as well. When they start mining the process, they cut down trees, they cut down many things whereby many animals will have to find another place to go and live, to go and habitate in. Thereby, it may also lead to extinctions of many animals as well. How is this mineral resources going to help in challenging this issue and making it successful? Then social inclusions as well. Social inclusion, mining of mineral resources has the potential to exert substantial influence on nearby community. It will offer economic prospects while also posing difficulties related to livelihoods and human rights. The goals under these are no poverty, gender equality, reduce inequality, peace, justice, and strong institution. Economic development. Minerals, as we said earlier, which are of economic value, when they are in large concentration, they are being owned by a nation, they will bring about the development at local, regional, and national levels, and they will also enable the construction of infrastructure, technology innovation, and job opportunities. The goals under this that we'll be dealing with are decent work and economic growth, SDG 8, SDG 9, infrastructure, innovation, and industrialization, SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. Envision in the future, the role of minerals. We are looking at the future where we will be having no poverty, zero hunger, where we will be having reduced inequalities, where we will be having peace, justice, increase in technological innovations. But have we considered what this role of minerals will play? Then, yes. The exploitation of mineral mining, this is a global industry and mostly is located in remote, ecological, highly sensitive, and less developed areas, which include many indigenous lands and territories. When they are being managed properly, appropriately, they will create jobs, spur innovation, and bring investment and infrastructure at a game-changing scale over long time horizons. But however, when these mining processes, this extraction of these mineral resources are not handled properly, then we'll be having environmental hazard, displacement communities, inequality, where we'll be having conflicts, zero hunger, deaths, increase in mortality, when the environment is being affected, is being polluted. So these minerals, they are a vital component of the SDG goals, but yet they are not included in the natural resources that have to be in line for the goal for targets to the goals by SDGs. How? How could this be? So there are two questions which come under this, that how could this be? How could minerals, which are fundamental elements of nature that are crucial to human existence, but yet the United Nations, they are not including it into into how they can achieve the goals, these global goals. So how and why? The impact of mineral mining on colonization and environmental issues is prominent and defining compared to its role in providing shelter, sustenance, transportation, energy, and communication. When there is a non-managed mining processes, then we have a vast and an adverse effect on the environment. Then the public will say this and they will feel like mining is dangerous when they see a company approaching a community to start mining mineral resources in the environment. Then they feel that they are they want to endanger them. They want to cause problem for their community. They want to destroy their shelter. But yet, the role that these mineral resources are playing, they are far compared prominent and defining in providing shelter, sustenance, transportation, energy, and communication. So I said earlier, the way the public perceives the mineral resources sector is quite different from its reality. Typically, mining is being associated with large machinery and international trade. Minerals like gold, iron ore, copper, coal stones, they are of more priority and more recently resources crucial to renewable energy transition, such as lithium and cobalt, as said earlier. But the public, they are perceiving the mineral sector different from its reality, because those that are mining it, they are not being handled properly, they are not handling it properly, and they are not being in control, and they are not making it sustainable. So it's also a little known fact that metals, in fact, that make up a minority of mineral production by volume, make up a minority of mineral production by volume and value. The vast majority of the minerals and materials that are mined for the human is barely noticed by the society, whether it's glass, roof tiles, bridges, or roads, and the public is largely unaware of the minerals that are their main ingredients. When metallic minerals are what are being largely sought for, like the gold, lithium, cobalt. So these are minerals that are largely being sought for. Like many mining companies, this is where they want to invest into. This is where they want to set up their mining company into. But yet, the environment, community, society barely notice on minerals which are far of economic value, and they are important, very important in what we are using, even in daily use life, barely than these metallic minerals. In glass, sand is used in the production of glass, sand, but yet the public is largely unaware of the minerals that are their main ingredients. Okay. So an example also is the limestone. Limestone is being used in farming. Chicken eggs, whether free range, organic or in a factory, it requires the addition of limestone to feed so that chickens can consistently lay their calcite mineral shells. So how important that we see that these ones that are even non-metallic, they are far important in what we are using. Also, recently, I learned of calcium block, which they also use for rearing goats, whereby this calcium block, they place it down in the environment where they are rearing the goat. Then these goats, when they need calcium, they will go and lick it. But yet, we are insignificant of it. And this calcium block also, we know that limestone is of calcium carbonate and has calcium. So when we have limestone, we can easily place it there for these animals to start licking it. Thereby, they will be deriving their calcium. Also, for pigs also, they use it also in feeding pigs. Where we have the silica, the sand, where they have to mix it with pig food. Then when the pig is eating, it will be extracting the necessary minerals it needs from the sand, so that when it is giving birth to its piglets, then they will be in good health. It's also an ingredient in toothpaste and marble quantity. It's also an ingredient in toothpaste, as said earlier, the limestone, and marble quantity in Carrara, Italy, from where Michelangelo cut his famous statue of David, sells much of his product for pharmaceutical use. Michelangelo cut his famous statue of David from these minerals that only about limestone in Italy. And we know, and the price of that statue is of high value, as we know. Then also the most important mineral commodity as a function of volume and value is actually sand, as we said earlier. Sand. And sand is in large quantity, widespread, and in our environment. An estimate of global sand, gravel, and crushed stone production that in vicinity of 50 billion tons per year, which is staggering 6.25 tons per person per year. Metals, they hold substantial societal value, as we said earlier, because mining companies really want these metals because they use them in production of sophisticated materials where they feel that these industrial non-metals can't. And yet their extraction results in significant mineral waste. In significant mineral waste, when you are talking of waste, when it comes to, for example, the exploitation of gold, when a mining company sets up in search exploration for gold, when it gets to an area and environment where they have significant and anomalous concentration of gold, their main focus is the gold. Then any other minerals associated with this gold, either silver, pyrites, or anything associated with this gold, iron, they are not of concern to them. So they call them waste. Now, when they are extracting these minerals, they've disturbed the nature of the other present minerals there, thereby turning them into waste. So that's why metals, they hold substantial societal value, but yet their extraction results in significant minerals. And on the other hand, industrial minerals and construction material possess even greater value and volume, but yet they are often undervalued. Undervalued because the quantity of sand that will be valued cannot be compared to the spec or even to 3 or 10 grams of gold. So when someone says, okay, I need sand. So one will have to be talking at least from, you're saying from, okay, I will start by supplying you with 20 trucks, 40 trucks of sand. Then the society is that, okay, this person means business. But when you start talking of 1 gram of sand, 2 grams of sand, like, because it's undervalued and underappreciated. But when you're talking of a speck of gold, when you're talking, okay, I'll give you 20 grams of gold, then the person, the individual knows that this person is bringing something of high economic value. But yet these metals, they are causing danger, inhabiting the environment more than this industrial minerals mining, and yet they are often undervalued, the industrial minerals. So in the United States, for example, the volume of metals production was $33.8 billion in 2021, whereas that for industrial minerals and construction metals was $56.6 billion. Navigating the post-2030 SDG. So as I said earlier, where we looked at the impact that the minerals will play in the future that we are envisioning. We are not saying that metallic minerals are not to be mined, but when they are being mined, they should be managed properly because they cause adverse effect on the environment than the industrial minerals. But these minerals altogether have significant and important role they will play in achieving the SDG agenda, as we said earlier. So they have large minerals they will play in SDG agenda. So navigating the post-20 SDG agenda goals. Part of the challenge of integrating minerals into sustainable development and framework of SDG is they have to offer a clear concept to the public to let them be aware of the totality of the minerals contribution and how it links to solving the SDG agenda goals. Because when the public are being aware that mineral resources, they will contribute largely to solving poverty, zero hunger, protecting life on land, protecting life below water, reducing inequalities, then we will have less of conflicts, we have less of terrorism around the environment. But when they are not aware, and when they see that mining processes that want to commence in the environment will cause danger to the environment, then we have conflict, we have wars around. Benefits of mineral resources on sustainable development goals. So now we're talking on the benefits of the mineral resources. We've looked at their roles, and now when they are being included totally into achieving the SDG goals, of what benefits are we going to derive from them? Clean water and sanitation, infrastructure development, technology and innovation, as well. Then a development in technology and innovation that will help in water purification, water filtering, when they are discharging tailings into the environment, that will help to check in the pH, the acidity and the alkalinity of the water in the environment, thereby ensuring that the water is safe for the habitats for those living in the environment to consume, thereby bringing up new technology and new innovations. SDG 15, the life on land, funding conservation, environmental restoration, and scientific research as well. And the social inclusion, SDG 1, no poverty. When mining, which is being handled properly, commence, Then in the vicinity, in the environment, there will be a spike in the increase in employment rate, job creation, then government revenue as well into the government coffers. As we are intend in Nigeria here at the Scheduler Resources Operating Limited, I learned that during the first 2 years after their first major gold exploitation that they are able to derive, so they were able to generate at least 2 billion naira into the government coffers. And we see that this, if the government manage it well and inject it into different sectors within the country, then we will have an increase and a good adverse effect on each sector. Then economic growth as well, gender equality. Some of these mining, the artisanal miners, whereby they require when women come in for work, then they require them to have sex with them before they can pay them after they've worked. Now we are seeing all around assault on women, violence. So when we have these mineral resources totally included into how to achieve the SDG agendas, then we have women in leadership as well. Employment opportunities will also increase, then economic empowerment, then reduce inequalities, the SDG number 10, which is of skills development, social programs, job creations, then peace, justice, and strong institution, transparency and accountability, conflict prevention, which is one major factor that most mining companies face when it comes to exploitation of mineral resources in an environment, whereby the people living in the community will refuse, or better say during progress in production or in work, abrupt stoppage of the company, thereby causing war, terrorism. Then it also solves social and economic development. The SDGs, which is decent work and economic growth, economic diversification. We have the gender equality and economic growth, as said earlier. Infrastructure, innovation, and in industry, as said earlier. So these mineral resources, when they are being mined, then they will bring about technological innovations. So, and we are seeing most of it right now, even when they have not been included totally into the SDG role agenda. So where we have the plane, the aircraft, lithium now is being sourced for by many companies all around, as I've seen Tesla also looking around for lithium as well for its electric cars that is producing right now. Then into the energy transition as well, cobalt, lithium also, they are seeing how they are also being sourced for. Economic diversification, infrastructure development, responsible consumption and production, the SDG number 12. Here we have resource efficiency, recycling, environmental impact mitigation. So in conclusion, so to fully harness this potential in achieving the goals, so we need these mining companies to integrate changes into their corporations, and they have to be checked and they have to be managed properly. They have to collaborate with the government, civil society, and communities, whereby they will enhance cooperation and meaningful dialogues with them. So when a mining company decides to start operation in a community, in a state, in a country, meaningful dialogue with the government, how they will help in achieving these SDG goals that I've said earlier and bringing the benefits that we said earlier into reality. But mostly when mining companies goes into an environment and starts mining, then the dialogue they had with the communities, with the government, they will have to betray them, thereby causing, endangering their life and exposing them into different health hazards. As we know that mining brings about a lot of health hazards, but when they are being controlled and have meaningful dialogues with the government, society, and communities, then instead of the public seeing the perspective of the great adverse effect of endangering their life, then they'll be benefiting from no poverty to job creation, zero hunger to job creation, innovations in the environment, and all other benefits as well. And these are the references that I sorted for during the preparation of this slide. Thank you for listening.